Uh-oh, you just got roared. I can't believe you just let yourself get roared, dummy. So you just messed up because now you have to tag your friends in the comment section below to totally roar them back. That's the only way to undo the roar, guys. I'm sorry, I don't make up the rules. We got 4 boxes of Pixar Weiss Schwarz, each with 16. Each of these boxes have 16 packs. 4 times 16 is a lot of packs. I'm an art major, I don't know math, but I'm kind of excited to open this up, boys. All right, enough of that. Let's get into the packs, boys. 4 boxes of Pixar Weiss Schwarz Blau. And we'll be using our beautiful Kato sleeves. I really wish this was him in the Catboy outfit showing off his midriff, but I guess they couldn't do that one because the beauty would distract other players trying to play with you. So it's understandable they couldn't put that on a sleeve. So we'll settle for this Kato right here. Now the big chase card for this set is the Luxo Rare cards that are just like the Luxo lamp and their own special rarity. We're only opening 4 boxes. We couldn't get a full case, boys. So it's a pretty low chance that we're gonna be pulling a Luxo Rare card. I'm hoping there's enough for at least like a decent deck. Maybe even close to a play set here. Oh, I forgot there are box toppers in Weiss Schwarz proper. For the box topper card, we got Monsters University Mike. Good old Mike over here. Oh, and all the Pixar cards have a different back from the standard Weiss Schwarz regular cards. Mike Wazowski. Hope he got his paperwork done. Now chat, I have seen almost all of the Pixar anime movies. The only ones I haven't seen are Inside Out 2 and Cars 2. I've seen Cars 1 and Cars 3, I just haven't seen Cars 2. Monsters University, pretty good anime. I don't know, maybe put it like an A tier or no, oh, wait a minute. Should we do an impromptu Pixar tier list right now, boys? Nah, y'all don't wanna see that. Y'all don't wanna see that. All right, fine, you twisted my arm, boys. I'm gonna do an impromptu Pixar tier list while opening these cards. This is strictly my opinion, just off the dome, off the cuff here. My opinions aren't final here. This is just gonna be the Pixar movies as I remember them. And we're only gonna be ranking the Pixar anime movies. We're not gonna be ranking the mixed shorts. So Monsters University, I'm gonna give it a tier. I really like Monsters University. I thought Monsters University was really fun. I think it was a very smart idea of Pixar to make it a prequel rather than a straight up sequel, because you kind of got to see more of the Monsters universe.
Ahoy! Spoilers, mateys!
Before they switched from scaring to making kids laugh or whatever. I guess light spoilers for the Pixar movies, I should say. I'm gonna do my best to keep things spoiler free. Monsters University gets an A tier. I think it's really funny. We got Mike and Sully. We got Boy Who Loves Music, Miguel. Shout out to my brown brother Miguel for being the first Mexican in Weiss Schwarz. I have no idea if that's true. I shouldn't say that. I have no idea if that's true. But Miguel, it feels like Miguel is the first Mexican lad in Weiss Schwarz. You know, most anime tends to take place in Japan. In any case, that's really cool to see. Cruz Ramirez over here. Very cool. Arlo and Spot of The Good Dinosaur. I'm gonna give The Good Dinosaur a B tier. I thought The Good Dinosaur was pretty good. It had some good visuals. I don't really like saying, oh, for the SP of the box already, we got Scarer Mike Wazowski. Dang, an SP already? This makes you wonder, is there more than one SP per box? Or did we just get really lucky with that chat? That's definitely getting sleeved up, boys. Dang, already an SP. SP Mike Wazowski. So The Good Dinosaur I thought was really good anime. It's just, it didn't really blow me away. But like I said, I don't want to like harp too much on the visuals of Pixar movies because, you know, Pixar movies are great. Like, of course they're gonna have good visuals. Like it almost feels like a mute point to say that. Most of the time, the CG of the scenery in The Good Dinosaur looks like photo real to me. Like, it looks really realistic. And so I think The Good Dinosaur gets points for that. But nothing much else really stood out to me with The Good Dinosaur, if I'm being honest. And for the CX card, we got Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear over here falling with style. Toy Story 4, by the way. I'm gonna have to give Toy Story 4 a B tier as well. Let me tell you about Toy Story 4. I know a lot of people much smarter than me really don't like Toy Story 4. You have to understand, like, before watching Toy Story 4, I was like, I really didn't want to watch it because I felt like Toy Story 3 was like the perfect ending to this Toy Story series. But after a work trip where I had to go to Disneyland, on the flight back, like, I was so buttered up to watch a Disney movie. Like, I went to Pizza Planet at Disneyland. It's like I was as buttered up as you could possibly be to watch a Pixar movie. So I was like, you know what? I will finally watch Toy Story 4 on the plane ride back. And I thought it was okay. Again, I still think that the Toy Story 3 is the perfect ending. But I really like the, I guess, is the antagonist for the most part of the anime. Onward, very good anime. We'll get to that one soon. But yeah, I just thought it was really cute. Like, there's a part where like where the toy doll like practices drinking tea in preparation to play with who she wants to be her new owner, and it's really sad. And like that's just one that really stood out to me. So I thought I thought that Toy Story 4 was pretty good. I don't know, maybe I'm a dumb guy, but I didn't think it was the worst thing ever. Mr. Incredible for the CX card. I like it's called Mr. Incredible when like they're all there. Oh, and as for the Incredibles, Incredibles 1, I gotta give the first Incredibles an S tier. I mean, come on, you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. The Incredibles, the original Incredibles gets an S tier. It's too good, man. It's hilarious. The villain of the Incredibles is just insane. Like, the villain Syndrome, without getting into too much spoilers here, he is just like the villain, you know? Like a lot of people point to him as like the quintessential poster boy for villains created by heroes themselves. So Syndrome is just an amazing villain, and I think it's S tier for a lot of people. Anyway, we got Miguel and Hector, Soul Joe and 22. You got Merida and Eleanor, Princess and the Queen in bear form. We got the lad from Up. We got Dory and Destiny Bailey. Mr. Incredible, Dash and Jack Jack. Perplexed Emotions, Sully and Boo. Ham over here looking very cute. S tier over here, Toy Story 3. I'll just go ahead and jot that down now. There's only 2 Pixar movies that really made me cry unironic tears. Toy Story 3 is definitely one of them. So I gotta give Toy Story 3 the S tier for just being like the perfect ending to this Toy Story franchise. Like, they couldn't have done a better job if they tried. I mean, I guess they did try, that doesn't really make sense, but whatever, right? Coco for the CX card. This is actually beautiful artwork. I know it's just a screenshot, but it's actually a beautiful looking card. Wow, dang, I might have to build a Coco deck. I actually, for those in chat don't know, I do actually play the game Weiss Schwarz, and the reason why I bought 4 boxes is because I do want to build a deck using the Pixar cards and take it to a locals. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, but Toy Story 3, perfect ending to the series, in my opinion. Absolutely loved it. I thought the villain, Lotso, was pretty good. It gets an S tier for me. And that final scene, man, like, again, I don't want to spoil too much, but the final scene of Toy Story 3 with like Andy, oh, oof, it's too much. It's too much, man. Bada bing, Toy Story 4 again for the CX. I'm surprised like the first pack we opened was the SP. That's pretty funny. Ratatouille. Okay, this might be my spiciest take here, boys. I didn't like Ratatouille all that much. Like, I remember watching it when I was a young lad. It didn't really stand out to me, and I recently watched it again just to make sure I wasn't missing anything with it. And I just didn't like Ratatouille all that much. Oh man, but here's the question. Is it low enough to be C tier or B tier? Ratatouille? I'm gonna have to put Ratatouille at a B tier. I'll put a B tier. I'll be generous and put it in a B tier. But let me explain my reasoning. I didn't like the main boy from Ratatouille all that much. I'm not talking about Rat Boy Genius over here. I'm talking about the guy, like Linguini is his name. He just felt very generic and like, just like Everyone complains about adorkable characters in Disney movies. That guy is like the quintessential adorkable character. And I don't think a character being adorkable is automatically bad. Oh, SR, cute little monster. Dang, okay. Curiosity Boo. That is gorgeous, wow. The artworks for the cards here are just awesome. Look at that. Oh, her shadow's her costume. Oh, that is sick. You know, I might have to run this card. Wow, that is awesome, cool. Oh yeah, Linguini is he's just such a basic guy, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's like, there's no emotion behind him wanting to be a chef. It's just, oh, he wants the job and he just happens to be related to the big chef guy or whatever. I know it's not the reason why he goes. He goes, gets this job because I think his mom wants him to or whatever. He has a letter that he hasn't read, but he knows will get him the job. The main guy himself, like the guy we spend the most time with, which is Linguini, just isn't that cool to me. I think everything else is cool. Like the lady he cooks with and trains with and is like his love interest, she's really cool. She's a really talented chef. You can tell there's passion behind her character for cooking. And I just didn't get that with Linguini. So that movie, that was like the main flaw with the movie in my opinion. I just didn't care for the main character Linguini. It was, I will say, Ratatouille was a lot edgier than I remembered it being. Like there are a lot of guns and stuff. And there's a moment where like Remy looks at all the dead rats, which is kind of cool and, you know, dark. I like that in an anime, but like in order for me to appreciate that, I gotta like the main boy, and Linguini felt like more the main boy than Remy did. So that's my hot take on Ratatouille. I know Ratatouille is considered like one of the golden age Pixar movies, you know. But yeah, not even distant, it just ain't from me. Guido Speed, is this Cars 3? I'm gonna put Cars 3 at a comfortable B tier. I think Cars 3 is just okay. Again, for a Pixar movie, it's pretty okay, but for a normal movie, it's pretty good because the visuals are amazing. I really like the villain. There wasn't really a villain though. I guess Jackson Storm. If you can call him a villain, Jackson Storm. I mean, in my opinion, it was just a guy who was better than Lightning McQueen at racing. So yeah, I mean, it didn't really do much for me, but you know, it was fun seeing Lightning McQueen's crash out. I think that's like the main reason why I watched Cars 3 before even watching Cars 2, is because I saw like the poster or whatever of like Lightning McQueen just like crashing out and doing a flip and getting destroyed in the racetrack, and I was like, oh man, I really want to see that. I really want to see what that's about. I think it even got kind of memed on for a bit when it was released. And so yeah, that's why I ended up watching Cars 3. So I guess the poster promotional stuff did its job. We have Soul CX card here, very cool. I gotta speed this up or I'll be here forever, boys. Luca, the first Italian in Weiss Schwarz. I actually know for a fact that's not true, because my boy Sad Boy says, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think JoJo's Golden Wind takes place in Italy, or at least the people are Italian, like Giorno is Italian. So Luca, great cartoon, but unfortunately is not the first Italian in Weiss Schwarz. That belongs to the JoJo boys in Golden Wind. Shout out to Sad Boy for that piece of trivia. Now I'll give Luca an A tier. I thought the story was really good. I really like the concept of a lad who's a sea monster when he's in the water, but he can go out and be a normal human. I think that's really cool. I liked Luca for what it was. Woody, Ian, Barley, and Laurel. This might be my next spicy take here, but you know, Onward, I hate to do it, but Onward is an S tier. Easiest S tier of my freaking life, honestly. I told you there were two Pixar movies that made me cry unironic tears. Toy Story 3 was the one, the other is Onward. I don't want to say too much about it, because I want you to go watch it. It took me the longest time to watch it, and apparently it didn't do well in the box office. That might have been because, you know, the what was going on in 2020, but this movie did not do that well, and I think it got robbed. I think this movie is amazing. It's an S tier for me, and I want to clarify it's an S tier for me because the movie has to do a lot with two brothers, and I have an older brother who I am very close with. And so the story really kind of hit home for me in that regard. When I was done watching the movie, I wanted to hug my brother, And I wanted to go and hug my father because it's really sad. But the world, I'll say this, the world is really cool. I don't think it's a spoiler to say that the world is like kind of a fantasy-ish land, you know, kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons type deal, which I usually don't like those type of settings if I'm being 100% honest. Like, I like Star Wars and guns and stuff more than like swinging a swords with dragons and stuff, you know? I like Star Wars more than like Lord of the Rings type stuff, I guess is the best way I could say this. But this is a really cool spin on that idea because it takes place in that type of fantasy world, but in this reality, magic no longer still exists, but it's not really practiced because it's difficult and technology has taken over. So it's like a modern day world. They have like smartphones and stuff, but it's all, you know, fantastical with like orcs and, you know, those half horses, half man people that I'm liking on what they're actually called. Centaurs. Yeah, so they got stuff like that. And it's a really cool setting. And listen, like, I understand not every Pixar movie needs a sequel, but if there's a Pixar series that I do think really needs a sequel, it's Onward, because I think that setting is just so unique and cool. I think there's more stories that can be had within that settings, maybe not necessarily having to do with the two lads, Ian and Barley, but just, you know, more stories in that setting I think would be great, and I'd love to see it. That's my take anyway. I just dropped my pack over here. I think the cards might have been jumbled up, but you get the idea. We got How to Treat Toys. Oof, this moment right here. This is the moment that got me, man. If you know, you know. Partners Marlon and Dory. What movie is this? Is this Finding Dory or is this Finding Nemo? Doesn't say. I'm gonna consider this Finding Nemo. And Finding Nemo for me has to be a comfortable. See, this is really hard. I think a lot of this tier list for me is gonna come down to, is the movie S or is it A? I'm gonna have to put it S tier. To this day, anytime I see a clownfish, I go, is that freaking Nemo over there? Like, Finding Nemo is just too good. Like, it's just a cute story. The intro of Finding Nemo is so freaking depressing. Like, everybody points to Up with the, oh, the such a sad intro. Like, no, Finding Nemo has the saddest freaking intro of all the Pixar movies, in my opinion. It is so sad and like, oof, it's just a good anime. Finding Nemo, insane. We got Doc Hudson over here. Wall-E over here. Eve, I should say. All right, ready for another spicy McTake, boys? Ready, another spicy McTake? Wall-E for me? Wall-E for me, chat? Wall-E is a B tier. Listen. I didn't dislike Wall-E, and a B tier is not a bad tier. It's just, you know, compared to the other Pixar movies, I just didn't like Wall-E that much, man. Ooh, SR, Merida and Eleanor from Brave. That's getting sleeved up. You think I won't sleeve that up? That is a gorgeous SR right there, Brave. That's nice to see. We got a few SRs here, so that's really cool. We got a couple SRs and one SP in one box. That's really nice. But hold up, let me defend my hot take here. I just didn't think it was all that great. I didn't like its use of a lot of live action stuff. Like, I didn't remember this when I first time watched it, but I recently watched it again just to make sure, and I remember, and I saw all these like live action shots, maybe not shots, but like all these live action like little sections of when Wall-E's like looking at the movie, or when like the captain of the ship or whatever pops up from like years ago. I don't know, that kind of stuff kind of takes me out of it. They should be using, you know, CG and stuff. I don't think they needed to use live action shots or whatever. I just didn't like Wall-E that much. Like the cute, you know, robot romance, I thought that was cute. I thought that was fine. But the rest didn't really grab me for whatever reason. We got Buzz and Zurg, Sully, a Bug's Life CX card looking great, and two CX cards, another CX card here, Cars, very cool. We got to speed this up, lads. You're only halfway through one box, chat. Ratatouille. Monsters Inc. Did they already go over Monsters Inc? I think it listed Monsters University at A tier, which it definitely deserves. I think it's a great prequel, but for Monsters Inc, I gotta give it an S tier. You guys saw that coming. Monsters Inc is just an amazing anime movie. Very cool. I'm trying to articulate my thoughts while I'm unboxing. It's actually really hard. But yeah, Monsters Inc. So many memorable lines. You know, Mike Wazowski over here got his paperwork. I think the whole concept of monsters scaring kids for energy is really funny. And the monster designs are really cool. Monsters Inc. just is S tier, man. Oh, Finding Nemo over here. Gil and his tank friends. That's really funny. That's a really cool scene from the anime. Inside Out event card. This event card does like a million things. Oh my gosh. I did peek on Encore decks to check what kind of decks people were making with the Pixar set. And I noticed this card being used a lot in a lot of decks. Very cool. Does a lot. Slinky Dog and Monsters Inc. for the CX card, chat. Ching. Ian and Barley. Chef Linguini and Colette. See, Colette's cool, but Linguini is just such a bland character to me. I feel like it was so bland during the anime. I just really couldn't get behind that lad. Voice activated disguise Mater. Sully and Mike on Monsters University. Superheroes The Incredibles, all 5 of them together in one card. Very cool. Although I was kind of hoping that each one would get their own card. I'm not sure if they do. I guess they can still possibly can, but I haven't seen that yet. Double Rare, level 3. The Good Dinosaur. Marine Life Institute, Dory and Hank. Okay, this is definitely Finding Dory. I think I'll give Finding Dory comfortable A tier, boys. I thought Finding Dory was really fun. I really like hearing Dory's backstory without giving out too much detail. I think Dory's a really fun character. Give that an A tier. And Hank himself was actually really cool. I really liked his movements, his 3D character rig. Greatest Adventure, Doug and Kevin and Russell and Carl. And Coco for the CX card. Good Dinosaur, Inside Out, Joy and Sadness. I really love Joy. Fun fact, Joy is voiced by the same lass who voices Bessie Higginbottom in The Mighty Bee. And I really love that. It's kind of hard to tell because in The Mighty Bee, she has a really goofy voice. But yeah, I really love Joy in Inside Out, probably my favorite character. I think she's really fun. I love the part where she puts sadness in the circle and pushes her inside the circle and tells her to keep the sadness inside the circle. I really love that. Inside Out, by the way, Inside Out, S tier, 100% S tier. If you don't like Inside Out, you're a psychopath. No, I'm just kidding. But Inside Out, what a freaking fun concept for a cartoon. Like, your emotions have different controls inside your head and they all have little personalities. I love that idea. I love concepts like that make you kind of wonder, I wonder how my emotions would look like in my head in their control panel. Such a fun idea. Farewell and Departure from Toy Story 4, very cool. I'm not sure if the artwork themselves on these cards might be kind of spoilerish too. I'm kind of realizing. I guess that's kind of par for the course with Weiss Schwarz cards. I just guess that's something to keep in mind in case you haven't seen any of these cartoon movies. Boy Loves Music, Miguel. Cruz Ramirez. Arlo and Spot. Joy and Sadness again. Strong Family, Coco, Miguel. Merida. Carl and Ellie. Buzz Lightyear for that rare CX combo. That's really cool. I'm about to run a deck with him as the CX combo. That'd be cool. And for the CX card, we got Finding Nemo. Nice. Working our way through these packs, boys. To Infinity and Beyond, Buzz Lightyear. Ian and Barley. Time They Have Left. Linguini and Colette. Mater. Oh, and for the I guess this is a full art rare? Pixar rare? That's cool to see. All their characters get plus 1,000 plus 1 soul. Very nice. Wow, that is beautiful. I guess it's kind of like a full art card because there's no bordering around. We got Bullseye here, not to be confused with Bullseye from Target. Sally and McQueen. Star Racer Lightning McQueen. And for the CX card, we got Bray. I'm super excited to make a deck out of these, chat. Flick and Friends, we got A Bug's Life over here. Jeez, A Bug's Life I think I gotta give a Bug's Life an A tier, boys. Something that really stood out to me about Bug's Life is the villain Hopper, who unfortunately I don't think he has a card in Weiss Schwarz, but that villain really goes hard in this anime. And I don't want to give any spoilers to it in case you haven't seen it, but I will say the way his story resolves, the way Hopper's story resolves, like the main villain of the anime, is pretty brutal. Pretty brutal for a kid's anime. So look forward to that if you haven't seen that anime yet. A Bug's Life is really good. I almost want to give it an S tier. Yeah, the visuals of that anime haven't aged all too well, but I'm not gonna hold that against the anime because it came out so long ago, and for the time, it certainly looked really great. But yeah, if you watch that today in 2025, just be prepared for that. Prepare for those Xbox 360 graphics. Made more like Xbox original. Also, I skipped over it, but Mike Wazowski's Scare. That looks really cool. This is like the normal version of the SP we pulled. I think they both look great though. That looks sick. Last pack of this box, chat. Coco and Hector. Buzz Lightyear. Ian and Barley. Colette. Marlin and Dory. Wally to hold someone's hand one day. Dang, that's deep. Very deep, chat. Gil and his tank of friends. Toy Story gang. Jesse. Oh, I love Jesse. Shout out to Jesse. You know, you guys know I love Jesse. And Luca. All right, lads, I'm gonna do my best to go a little bit faster for you guys. Now that we got the one box down, we've seen a lot of the cards already, so I can go a little quicker now. Box topper card, we got Buzz Lightyear New Journey. Looking very crisp and airbrushed to perfection. Joy and Sadness, Luca, Italian, Merida Harris Hubert, and Hamish. Did I already give Brave a tier? I think Brave gets a B tier. I didn't mind it. I think it was a little bit generic, if I'm being honest, in terms of like the story. I think the ending was okay. I think the way they resolved everything was a little bit lackluster, if I'm being honest. I wish it could be a little more specific. I think Merida is a great character. The main Disney princess, if you will. She is a Disney princess after all. Gleaming White Robot Eve. Miguel and Hector. Soul Joe and 22. So I said Brave was high B tier, but Soul, I gotta give Soul an S tier. I really do. I feel like I'm giving a lot of S tiers on this tier list, but Pixar is just that good, chat. Soul was just on another level, man. I mean, like, I went into it thinking it was gonna be like a, oh, follow your dreams type of story, you know? And it kind of is for a little bit, but then it goes in like another completely different direction. And I think I'm not one of those that like get too caught up on like, oh, animes and cartoons and stuff for kids needs to have good morals or else it's bad. Listen, I don't care if a cartoon teaches good morals or it doesn't. All I really care about is if it's entertaining. At least for me. Some things can just be entertaining. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But Soul, I think, I really love the lesson it teaches in not being too blinded by your dreams. At least that's kind of what I got out of it. This guy over here, Jamie Foxx, he's awesome. Very, very cool. Sparkle of Life, Joe and 22. Definitely check out Soul if you haven't already. I think that's another one. I think Soul did well in terms of like, you know, box office or whatever. But I think Soul gets a little bit overlooked in comparison to the other Pixar movies. So give Soul a shot if you haven't. Eve. Oh, and for the SSP, Superheroes The Incredibles double SP. Can't believe we got a double SP in this box. At least for the Hello Kitty Weiss Schwarz Blau, there's only one double SP in the entire case. I don't think that's the case for this, but it is a great looking card, wow. Double SP. Oh, it is from Incredibles 2, which by the way, I think I'll give Incredibles 2 an A tier, not just because I pulled this card. I know a lot of people don't like the Incredibles 2, but I really thought it was fun. I don't think it was like so bad that it like ruined everything else. But Incredibles 2 was just, the big standout scene for me was that scene in the diner with like Violet and the guy she likes. And I just thought it was a really funny scene. Especially the part where milk comes out of her nose or water or whatever it was. Very, very funny scene. Incredibles, I really like how Incredibles 2 picks up immediately after where the first one ends up. It's almost like it's like literally a direct continuation of Incredibles 1. I don't think it's a spoiler to say that, but I thought that was really fun. Flickin' Friends, How to Treat Toys, Partners Marlon and Dory, Doc Hudson, Wall-E. Wall-E is an event card. Wonder what this does. Choose one Pixar character in your waiting room and return to your hand. Put this card into your memory. Reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is level 2 or higher, put this into your stock. So I guess it's another stock. It costs 1 stock to use. I don't know about this card. Mr. Incredible and Dash and Jack Jack. Gillen's Tank Friends, Buzz Lightyear, and Finding Nemo for the CX card. How cool would it be to go to the Pixar Hotel in Disneyland? I want to stay there and like open an entire box of one of these. That would be so cool. Oh man. Soul Joe and 22, Princess and Queen, Merida and Eleanor, Up Lad, Remy, Boo, Bing Bong and Joy. I love to see it. I love Bing Bong too, and I really love Joy. She's like one of my favorite Pixar characters ever. I liked how happy she is, and I wish I was more like Joy. I wish I was more happy and peppy. I think in life it's kind of hard to be, but Joy just finds a way. Luca, very cool, and Cars for the CX card. I think I'll definitely have enough after these 4 boxes to make a good deck. I'm debating what kind of deck should I make out of these boys. Should I do a Toy Story deck, a Monsters Inc. deck? Maybe one focused on Incredibles. I guess the main thing you want to focus on is like what CX combo you use. Coco for the CX card. By the way, I kind of skipped over it, but I love these little alien lads. These are amazing. Toy Story Gang aliens. This card gets plus 2k power for each of the other Toy Story Gang aliens in your center stage. That's funny. So if you rock like 3 of these in the front row, these can be 11 racks at level 1. That's actually really hilarious. I love that idea. Has anyone made a deck with these guys yet? Probably top locals, not. Russell, Doug, and Kevin. Nemo and Marlin. McQueen and Doc Hudson. Guido. Chef Remy. Barley and Laurel and Ian. Woody. Very cool. Let's see, 1. Chef Remy. Guido. Philip and Friends. Ooh, Coco for the Pixar Rare. Yes! Pixar Rare. My brown brother gave me a Pixar CX card. Pixar Rare. I love to see it, chat. Oh man, I want to run everything in the deck because all the cards look so beautiful. That looks sick. Coco was really good. I gotta give Coco an S tier. You know I gotta do it. Gotta support the Brown brothers. But speaking of which, shout out to Brown Weiss, my other brown brother. He's a great lad. Go subscribe to him if you haven't already. Coco, S tier. Such great world building. I love the Land of the Dead. The effects with all of the marigold going to the bridge, that must have been a nightmare to animate, but Pixar just finds a way. Pixar is just insane. They are in another league. No one can match Pixar, and this movie is just one of several amazing examples. Gotta give it the S tier. I gotta run this in a deck. By the way, I know I said only Toy Story 3 and onward made me cry. This scene was pretty freaking close. I'm actually not sure what build is considered the best for Pixar. We got School Life Sully, Good Dinosaur, Ian and Barley, Soul, Linguini and Colette, Voice Activated Mater, Mike and Sully, Miguel representing, Merida, Buzz and Zurg. Up. I gotta read this. This is actually a counter card. That's funny. Choose one of your characters and return it to your hand. So you can attach balloons to one of your character and bounce them back up into your hand. That's really funny. I'm not sure if that card's that good. Like, I guess they can like save one of your characters. It doesn't cost anything. It's a cost 0. It has to be a level 2, but that's about it. I guess it's just a -1 at the end of the day. I don't know if I'd actually run it, but it's a funny idea. It's a cute little card. To protect his friends, Flick. This is also a backup card. Backup 3,000 at level 2, but it costs 1. And when you use the backup, choose one of your characters. That character gets following ability. This card's battle opponent becomes reversed. Put that character into your opponent's memory. So it just yoinks the character of your opponent all the way to memory. That's actually really funny. I think that's a really cool card. I think that's a good card. A Bug's Life for the CX card. I'm so happy I got to do this. Like, I loved Hello Kitty, but it's really fun when like I can do a franchise that I really care about, like Pixar. If I was a rich lad, I would have gotten a whole case, but you know, just couldn't do that. You know, I got to be financially responsible, boys. Gamble responsibly. Not that this is gambling, but I mean, it kind of is. Sully and Mike, Miguel representing, Cruz Ramirez, Good Dinosaur, Elastigirl and Violet. Yo, it's the one from Fortnite, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh man, Elastigirl and Violet. Sally McQueen. Yo, it's the isn't he in Rocket League? Isn't McQueen in Rocket League? I think he is. Crush and Squirt, Mike Wazowski. And for the CX card, we got Luca. We got Cars 3, Cruz and Ramirez, The Good Dinosaur, Inside Out Lads, Luca, Brave, Crush and Squirt. I like how these guys get their own card. I like that. These guys are so cute. I love it. Sully and Boo, Slinky. And for the CX card, we got Friends from Radiator Springs. I don't think I've ranked all of the movies yet. Which ones am I missing? Luca did that one. Brave, I ranked that one. Toy Story 4, ranked that one. Oh, for the SR, we have Dory and Destiny Bailey. I don't know if you guys can see this. There's kind of a bit of a misprint going on here. Like these kind of smudges that cover up the letters. That wasn't me. I didn't do that. You guys saw that. You guys saw that, right? I opened this up fresh from the pack. And we have these little markings over here in front of the words. That's kind of strange. That's gonna affect my PSA grading, guys. What the heck? I've never gotten a card graded in my life. I don't think I'm gonna start soon because, I don't know, I'm just the type of guy that likes to play with my cards. I don't know. And if I grade them and put them in slabs, then they're like eternally slabbed forever. Or maybe, I can't tell, is this intentionally like that? Because it's also kind of smudgy up here. I can't tell if this is intentionally supposed to be like that or not. I don't think it is. I don't think they would intentionally put a smudge over the letterings. But yeah, that's wildlife. Culinary Genius Remy, Up, Jesse, and The Incredibles. I know this card says Toy Story 3. I'm gonna treat it as Toy Story 2 and rank Toy Story 2. Again, this one's kind of an easy one. Toy Story 2 gets an S tier. I know we got a ton of S tiers on this list. Just Pixar is just too good. What do you want me to say? Like, Toy Story 2 is the perfect freaking sequel. And they made Jessie, I don't want to give away too much, but they made Jessie's story so sad for like no reason. Oh, it's so sad. I love Jessie's little scene where she explains her past. And it's so good. And there's just so many funny moments in Toy Story 2. Like the main, I guess, villain of the story is that big guy from Al's Toy Barn. And like, he's such a funny character. He's such a funny looking character. I believe he's played by Wayne Knight, the same guy from Space Jam. I think that's correct. I might have to go back and make doubly sure. But that character, that villain is just really funny to me. Oh man, Toy Story 2 is insane. Yeah, easy S tier. The characters are great lore building. I love hearing about Woody's roundup and all that stuff. I think I have a vivid childhood memory my elementary school had like a movie night or whatever. You can kind of come in after school and like watch a movie, and they made popcorn and stuff. And I think they played Toy Story 2. I think that was my first time watching it. I didn't really soak it in as well when I was a really, really young lad. But yeah, Toy Story 2, insane. Definitely worth to watch. Definitely worth a watch if you haven't already. But if you're watching this far into the video, I can only assume you've seen Toy Story 2. Great anime. Also, I should have said this earlier, but be sure to comment below. Let me know what your rankings are. What are your S tiers in Pixar? What are your B tiers? Your C tiers? Are there F tiers? I don't think any of these movies are F tiers. I'm gonna say that right now. Dory, Destiny, and Bailey looking great. Ratatouille for the event card. Now chat. Okay, like I said, I looked at a lot of different decks on Encore decks, and I see this card used a lot. And I don't understand why. I'll read its effect. It's a level 2 cost 3, so it's definitely not a cheap card to use. And it says, your opponent puts all of their stock into their waiting room and puts the same number of cards from the top of their deck into their stock. Choose up to one character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. So it salvages one and it replaces your opponent's entire stock. But like the amount of cards in their stock is the same at the end of the day. So I don't understand why this is good. But I've seen a lot of decks on Encore decks list this in their deck. So I think this is good. There's a Weiss channel called Strictly Broken. I think it's called Strictly Broken. They do like a whole set review. And they said this card was really good as well. And I didn't understand why. They call it like a stock swapper. That's kind of all they said. They say it does a lot of cool things, but like, I don't understand why this card is good. So if anyone in the comments wants to let me know, that'd be great. Heck, and you know what? I want to ask my buddy Brown Weiss why this card is good, and ask him. I'm curious what his thoughts are. I wonder if he thinks this card is good. Very cool. And for the rare, we got Family Bond, The Incredibles, very cute. Violet looking very emo, nice to see. Soul for the CX card. Last pack of this box. Buzz Lightyear, Eden Barley, Linguini, Mater. For the SR, we got Lost Memories, Hector and Coco. Looking snazzy, I love that. Oof, that looks really cool. I love their designs when they're skeletons. That looks really cool. It's a level 3, wow. If you've seen Coco, then you know like how important the idea of memory is, and like remembering your ancestors. That's like a very important theme in the anime Coco. And for that reason, I really love how they include an effect with this card that has to do with memory. A memory, put 2 cards of your hand into the waiting room. If this card is in your memory at the beginning of your climax phase, if your level is 3 or higher, you may pay the cost. If you do, put this card in an open position of your center stage, so you can summon it from your memory. That's so fitting for the for this anime. I think flavor-wise, that is so cool. Cause like, you know, the Land of the Dead, you basically, during the Day of the Dead, you can't come back if your family doesn't remember you, which is kind of like the whole like conflict of the story without getting into too much detail. The fact that they're using memory for this card is such a good idea. And I think it shows that the people in Bushiroad, someone over there working on the card effects, they really care. They really care about the IP. And again, that's one of my biggest reasons why I love Weiss Schwarz. It's because they do the IP's justice, you know, for the card effects. I think that's amazing. Great job, Bushiroad. Judas Priest. Oh, you bet I'm gonna sleeve that one up. That one deserves a nice Kato sleeve. Merida, Carwinelli, Forky. Side note, I like how he's always called Forky when he's a freaking spork, not a fork. I know, I'm so a big brain, boys. Toy Story for the CX combo. And just like that, we're done with our second box. I know I said I was trying to go fast with that one. I don't think that was faster. Third box going in, boys. Can we pull a Luxo Rare? I don't think we can, but I'm having fun with the cards we are pulling. For the box topper, we got Start of a Friendship, Mike and Sully. So for each of the box toppers so far, we've gotten a different card, which is really nice. Let's get cracking. Eve 6, Miguel, Soul in 22, Merida, Linguini, Wally, Onward, Hector, Dante, and Miguel, and Coco for the CX card. Really quick, I want to read this card effect actually. If you have 5 or more Pixar characters, perform the following action 2 times. You have up to 2 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 card from among them, put it in your hand, and put the rest into your waiting room. Put this card into your clock. I don't know about that one. The cost is 1, and you have to put this in your clock, so you're damaging yourself. I like this scene, I'll say that. I really like this scene from the cartoon. Although you can kind of tell that they chose something that doesn't really like fully fit the aspect ratio of the card, so they gotta put this kind of border around. Onward, S tier movie though. Please watch Onward if you haven't already or you've been putting it off like I have for the longest time. Do yourself a favor and watch Onward. Soul Joe 22, Brave. Monsters Inc. for the Pixar Rare. Nice. That is gorgeous. I'm glad I got Monsters Inc. for that Pixar Rare. Ooh. That's a plus 1,000 plus 1 soul. Gate Climax card. Love to see it. Dude, Weiss Schwarz is insane. They went hard for this set, guys. What can I say? They went hard for this set. Elastigirl and Violet, Dory. Oh, Bo Peep. What? This is a really funny keyword right here. Experience. If the Toy Story gang Bo Peep is in your level, this card gets 6,500 power and the following abilities. This card cannot side attack. Wow, that's really cool. So this gets pumped up if you have another one of these in the level indicator. Not entirely sure how good that is, but dang. 7,000 power level 1 is not bad at all. I wonder how good this is considered to be. And Soul. That was that was quite a pack, dang. A lot went on in that pack. Ash Blossom, Luca, Brave, Woody. Ooh, the SR, the Toy Story gang, the Popcorn gang, Aliens. That, dude, the background of this looks insane. This looks a lot different than the non-SR version. That's really nice to see. I didn't think I'd be sleeving up this many cards. They really, Weiss Schwarz has really stepped up their boxes. Like, they went really, really ham for this one. Like, I remember opening the Spy X Family box. There weren't this many SRs and shinies in that one even. And that one's not too old, so it's really cool to see that they're really stepping up their game. And what better set than for the Pixar set, boys? These cards are absolutely gorgeous, man. Oof. If you're on the fence about picking up a box of these, I highly recommend it, man. I cannot wait to build a deck. Brave, New World, Woody, Onward, Chef Remy, Speedsters, Wally. I'm going fast here. Gil and his Tank of Lads. Up. Have I ranked Up yet? This, I think, okay. Are you ready for another certified Randman spicy take? I don't think Up is that good. I think I gotta give Up, I hate to do it, I gotta give Up a C tier. Maybe C is too low. You know what, frick it, I'm giving it a C tier. I don't think Up is that good. I also love to live dangerously, but I don't think Up is all that good. Like, yes, the opening scene is pretty good, but it's almost too good. Like, because the rest of the movie doesn't live up to that opening scene. And like, I saw this movie a couple of times. I saw it once when I was really young, and I saw it again not too long ago. And I just don't remember anything about it outside of that opening scene and the part where like the balloons pop up and his house flies away. That's like the only parts of the anime I remember. I don't remember who the villain is. Okay, I remember this dog being freaking annoying. Like, I don't know, man. Like, this, not even Disney, it just ain't for me. Like, outside of that first opening scene when we get his little backstory, the backstory of the old lad over there, I just didn't think Up was all that great. Then A Bug's Life for the CX card. I mean, like, I wish I could say more about it. I just don't remember anything about it. I feel like I remember way more about all the other Pixar movies than I do about Up. And I don't know why. I also think the supporting character over here, this kid Russell, he's also kind of annoying. I feel like all the characters here are just annoying. That is my spicy McTake. I don't know. Maybe I have to watch it a third time. Maybe I have to watch it again. But I just don't remember it being all that good. But that is my take on Up. Onward, Remy, Guido, Flick, Carl, Bullseye, McQueen, Egan and Barley, and the CX card is Luca. Again, if you like Up, please comment below. Let me know. Change my mind, boys. Change my mind. Maybe I'm just trash. Maybe I'm not seeing things clearly. Guido, Flickin' Friends, How to Treat Toys, Dory, Doc Hudson, Bullseye Chan, Ian Barley and Wilden, Buzz Lightyear to the rescue, and CX card is of course Radiator Springs. I am so curious. I haven't seen anybody else's tier lists on Pixar movies, so I might have to go look on YouTube rather for some nice Pixar tier lists. Oh, Luxo Jr. Okay, this is not the Luxo rare that I was talking about. This is just a Luxo double rare over here, which is really cool. I really love seeing this. But there's some other like Luxo rare cards that are like 1 per case, if that. I don't even know if it even is 1 per case. This isn't it. This is just a lesser rare common. This is something that I love about Weiss Schwarz actually. I love that like all of the cards that are super high rarity are still available in lower rarity. So if this was like a really good card, I don't know if it is. I don't think it is. But if it was a really good card, well then you don't have to like pray that you pull it from a case. You can just use this good old little lesser rarity version and you can have the card. And this is much different from a game like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they always for some reason make the most powerful cards like a secret rare, which are like really, really hard to pull. And so like in Yu-Gi-Oh! You need like 3 of every card, right, for a play set. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Like a play set of a card, like one secret rare that's really good could cost like $100. And you need a play set, so you need 3, and it can cost worth like $300 for 3 pieces of cardboard. It's insane. So I love that Weiss Schwarz makes lower rarities of their high rarity cards. And this is a great example. Luxo Jr. looking very, very cute. I love this. It is adorable, but you have to watch the short film Luxo Jr. if you haven't already. I'm guessing most of you have if you're watching this. But Luxo Jr., very cute. I'm curious what it does. If all your characters are Pixar, this card gets +2 level and +1 rack. Very cool. So it pumps itself up to 25 because all of these characters are Pixar. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, if there is a character facing this card, you move this card to an opposition to your center stage. So it can run to a different spot if there is a card facing it. Again, I have no idea if this is actually good or if it's just kind of a gimmick, but it looks adorably cute. So I'm glad I pulled it. Dorian Destiny Bailey, Dash and Jack Jack, Mike Wazowski, and Brave. Cruz Ramirez, The Good Dinosaur, Inside Out, Luca, Doc Hudson, The Good Dinosaur as an event card. Look at the top 2 cards from the top of your deck and put them on top of your deck in any order. Put this card into your stock. So free stock and you can rearrange a couple cards. Not bad. It costs 0, but I don't know if I'd run that. Popcorn Gang over here. Slinky. And Soul. Insane in the Membrane. How to Treat Toys. I love Sid over here. Have I ranked the original Toy Story yet? I think I'd have to rank the original Toy Story in A tier. I almost want to give it an S tier just because it's the first like CG film ever. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it is like the first feature-length CG animated movie. Like there have been like animated like ads and stuff, but I think that was the first like feature-length theatrical released movie that was completely done with CG animation. And at times it kind of looks like it. But no, in all seriousness, like it looks amazing. For the time, it looked like nothing else on the planet. And Toy Story was like, what can I say? It's a real game changer. Like, what can I say about Toy Story that hasn't already been said? I might go as far to give it an S tier, but you know, fuck it. I gotta give Toy Story an S tier here. I really love Sid as a villain. It's just such a funny idea to have this evil kid that tortures toys. I thought that's really funny. Honestly, I gotta give Toy Story an S tier. How could you not give Toy Story an S tier, boys? S tier Toy Story. Dorian Marlin, Doc Hudson, Eve, Miguel and Hector, Coco Miguel, Merida, Woody, and Monsters Inc. for the CX card. I know I have a lot of S tiers on my tier list, boys. I know it can feel like a bit of a cop-out, but Pixar is just too good. Like, I should do a tier list for something that's not so consistently good as Pixar. Got Soul and 22, Merida Eleanor, Carl, Remy Bucks aplenty, Sully and Mike, Carl and Ellie, Elastigirl Violet, the Luca Gang, and the Luca CX card. Coco, Buzz Lightyear, Onward, Linguini and Colette, Voice Activate Disguise, Mater. I know it's from Cars 2, but I don't think I ranked the original Cars yet. I haven't seen Cars 2, remember. But for Cars 1, I'd probably give it a B tier. I just don't remember much about it, if I'm being honest. But it was fun. I like the race. I like the way, I will say this, without giving it away, I like the way the original Cars ended. I was actually really surprised by the way they ended the original Cars. And I think it was a really smart idea to end it that way. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. Cars isn't really one I go back to, if I'm being honest. I think I like Cars more just because it's a funny meme. Like, I think Lightning McQueen himself has kind of become a meme. You know, got to put on my Lightning McQueen Crocs. That type of vibe is usually what I feel like when I see Lightning McQueen. But hey, he's a cool character. But yeah, I wasn't exactly, you know, crying at the end of Cars, which I'm not saying a good Pixar movie should make me cry or anything, but yeah, I don't go back and watch Cars too much. McQueen, School Life Mike, Ratatouille, Inside Out. I gave Inside Out an S tier. It's an S tier. Duh. Finding Nemo. I feel like even though this is less packs than the Hello Kitty, I feel like I'm taking longer to open these because I just have so much to say. Ooh, SR partners Marlon and Dory for the SR. Super rare. That's what we love to see. That's what the boys want. Looking snazzy. Ho, ho, ho. Looking great. Onward, Wally, Sullivan, and A Bug's Life for the CX card. Ian and Barley, Linguini and Colette, Mater, Sully and Mike, Miguel, Up, Sully, Flick, and Cars. I think I've ranked all of the Pixar movies that appear in the packs. I think this pack only goes up to Luca. I believe it's the last movie. Oh, Incredibles 2. I think I already did. I think I said I really liked it. Miguel and Coco, Sully, and Mr. Incredible, the Non-Incredibles. Y'all ever see that YouTube poop, the Non-Incredibles? One of the earliest YouTube poops I remember. All right, last box, boys. Can we pull that legendary Luxo Rare? I highly doubt it, but maybe we can get some good cards. I think I've ranked all of the movies that are like represented in the Weiss Schwarz cards. I can't remember if I said this already, but I think it stops at Luca. I think Luca is like the last one. Then every movie after Luca is just not in here. Oh, and for the box topper, we have Adventure Beyond Imagination, Mr. Incredible. I can't remember what I'm missing this off the top of my head. Turning Red, shout out to Turning Red. Shout out to the lad who reviewed Turning Red and said that the movie was bad because it did not feature a certain historical event that took place in 2001 in New York. Wildlife. But anyway, Buzz Lightyear, Onward, Linguini, Mater, Ratatouille, Inside Out, Clownfish, Nemo and Marlin, Ham Ham, and Luca. Yeah, I think I'd give Turning Red give it a B tier maybe. I didn't like it all that much. I like the animation style. I like how the characters are and like how expressive they were. But it didn't really do much for me. Lightyear is another one that I feel like wasn't all that good. I'd probably give that a C tier. I'd give Lightyear a C tier. Like, I like the idea what they were doing with like, you know, traveling through time or whatever with light speed. I think that was an interesting idea. But the movie opens up, and I know I'm not the first one to say this, but the movie opens up with like this screen that says, this is Andy's favorite movie when he was a kid and kind of the reason why he likes Buzz Lightyear. But like, I have a hard time believing that Andy as a child would have liked Lightyear, the movie. Oh man, Finding Nemo, Pixar Rare for the CX card. That looks gorgeous. The Pixar Rare CX cards are just a treat. I'm so glad they did this for this set. That looks gorgeous. Wow. Insane. Mr. Incredible, Sully and Boo, Lightning McQueen, and Soul. What else is this missing? I think, oh, Elemental. Elemental is not in this set. I thought Elemental was okay. Pretty standard Romeo and Juliet type meme. I think I'd give it a B tier. I think the fire and liquid effects were really cool on the characters. But other than that, there wasn't, like, the story didn't, like, blow me away. I barely remember much about it, if I'm being honest. Monsters University, Miguel, Cruz, The Good Dinosaur, and for the SR, we have Joy and Bing Bong. Nice. I'm glad I got a Joy SR. Oof. I've been getting all, like, my favorite characters as SRs and Pixar rares. That's really cool. Like I said, Joy's probably my favorite Pixar character. I love how happy she is, and she's just so cool. I think probably my favorite Pixar, like, protagonist. I guess she's kind of the protagonist, like, of Inside Out, I feel like. I mean, Riley kind of is, but it's really Joy's story, I feel like. Joy is just insane. I'm so excited to watch Inside Out 2, just for more Joy. Like, that's all I want to see is just more Joy. I'm excited. I'll probably watch it, like, after I do this, actually. Do y'all like the Pixar theory? If you don't know what I'm talking about, the Pixar theory is like a fan theory that basically all the Pixar movies are like take place in the same universe. They're all kind of connected. Oh, another Bo Peep. That's nice to see. Very cool. Like, the Pixar theory is just like a fan thing. And normally I don't usually like to subscribe to, like, you know, fan theories, because a lot of them kind of just boil down to all the characters are dead. The main character's in a coma. Ooh, it's like whatever, you know. I know Ed, Edd n Eddy, like, there's a fan theory that all the kids are in purgatory and they're all dead, and that's why their tongues are blue. Like, I don't really care much for that. And, like, you know, Pokemon Ash is in a coma. That's why Pokemon exists, and he's just living his dream. But the Pixar theory is, like, really fun. It's like one of the only fan theories I really have fun with. Because it is really, like, really cool. Like, some guy made an entire book about it. And depending on who you ask, there's, like, different versions of the Pixar theory. But it basically, the one I like revolves around Boo. Dang, that could not have been more perfect timing. But the Pixar theory I like is that Boo and the witch from Brave are essentially the exact same person. And the whole theory revolves around trying to remember Sully. And that's, like, kind of one of the driving forces behind why all the movies are connected. They all basically take place in a different universe. Yes, even Cars, according to Pixar theory, takes place in the same universe as Toy Story and other human-based movies. So I think that's really cool. I would honestly just look on YouTube for, like, the Pixar theory. You'll find a bunch of cool things. Ooh, SR rare for Cars 3, looking great. Onward, Mike Sullivan, and Toy Story for the CX card. Last side or last box, boys. Yeah, I feel like my explanation of the Pixar theory didn't really do it justice. I would honestly just look on YouTube for a good video on it. But I think what I really like about the Pixar theory is, like, how fans always do their best to kind of make sure that every movie in the Pixar universe fits into it. Like, apparently the Cars universe exists after WALL-E because in WALL-E the Earth is so polluted that only cars can exist. That's a very simplified explanation of how WALL-E exists in the same universe as Toy Story and Cars. It's just a really fun thing. You should definitely look up the Pixar theory if you haven't already. Nemo, Alien Gang, and Slinky Dog, and Monsters Inc. for the CX card. I also want to make it clear, I actually really like all the Pixar movies. Like, I know, like, even the ones I kind of give a hard time, like Up and Lightyear, I still enjoy watching those. Like, I enjoyed watching them. I don't remember much about Up, and Lightyear could have been better, but I still really enjoy watching them. Like, I'm so excited to see Inside Out 2. So, you know, if your favorite Pixar movie is Up or Lightyear, which I highly doubt it's Lightyear, you know, no hate. It's all love. I'm like Anthony Fantano. It's just my opinion. Oh, that looks really cool. Woody, Jesse, and Bullseye. Have I seen that yet? I probably have seen it. Just ran past it. Wall-E, Mr. Incredible Jack, Russell, Doug, and Kevin. And Luca for the CX card. So definitely let me know your rankings. Let me know what your favorite Pixar movie is. If I'm wrong about my rankings, let me know why. Why is Up S tier? Why is Lightyear S tier? Inside Out, now that's S tier. If you don't think Inside Out is S tier, you're a psychopath. That is what it is. Mr. Incredible. Woody, Onward, Remy, Guido, Alien Gang, McQueen and Cruz, Wall-E, Onward, Finding Nemo for the rare. Down to 3 packs, boys. Ooh, I can feel the Luxo rare in here, boys. I can feel it in my bones. I'm actually super stoked with the cards I got already. Brave, Up, Ratatouille, Boo, Mike and Sully for the double rare, Merida, Carl and Ellie, Mater, and Soul for the CX card. The Good Dinosaur, Joy and Sadness, Luca, Merida, Harris, Hubert, and Hamish, McQueen and Doc Hudson, Sully, The Good Lad, Jesse, love Jesse, and Coco. All right, boys, down to the last pack. Let's see what we pull. Last pack, boys. Let's see what we pull. I'm gonna open this up with my hands, not with scissors. That's extra good luck if you do that, boys. Ooh, I remember why I started using scissors. Oh, this sucks. Oh man. Oh man. Let's see what's in the last pack, boys. Let's see what's in the last pack. Onward, Chef Remy, Guido, Flickin' Friends, and for the final SR, we got Clownfish, Nemo, and Marlin with the CX combo. When this card attacks, if Finding Nemo is in your climax area and you have another Pixar character, you may pay the cost. If you do, your opponent puts the top 20 cards of their deck into the waiting room. You look at up to 2 cards from the top of your opponent's deck, choose up to 1 card from Among Us, put it at the bottom of their deck, and put the rest on the top of their deck in any order. That is a lot. That is a lot of rigmarole. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't think it is. But that's really funny. I think this will definitely like qualify as a certified goofy card. Let me just, so like you put the top 20 cards of the deck into the graveyard. So you just mill 20 cards from your opponent's deck. I guess you can get them to refresh faster. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't I don't know why this is good. I don't think it is. But the artwork looks amazing. I don't really know why they would choose to give that effect to, you know, Finding Nemo. But still, the foiling's really nice. I love the wave effect for the water. That looks really cool. This looks beautiful. It's a great card to pull. And uncommon Joy and Bing Bong. Up, Pixar's Inside Out. The whole squad is here. And of course, A Bug's Life for the final CX card. Let's count up our winnings, mate. These are all of our box toppers. We got Mike and Sully, Just Mike, Mr. Incredible, and Buzz Lightyear. Very lucky, each box was a different card on top. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 SRs in the form of Nemo and Marlin, McQueen and Cruz, Joy and Bing Bong, Toy Story Gang Aliens, Hector and Coco, Dory and Destiny with that misprint, very nice to see, and Princess and Queen Merida and Eleanor, and Full of Curiosity Boo, cute little this is like probably my favorite. This looks amazing. That looks awesome. And Marlin and Dory. For the Pixar rares, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different Pixar rares. I guess that is 1 per box. So I think you're guaranteed at least 1 of these in each box, which is nice. We got Cars, Finding Nemo, Coco, this one looks amazing. I really like this one. And Monsters Inc. So they're each, all the Climax cards are named after the movies. That's really cool. We have one SP card, Scarer Mike Wazowski. And for the McDouble SP, we have the Incredible Lads, superheroes, the Incredibles. That's awesome. That's a really good card. That's a really nice McDouble SP to pull. And bonus meme, the Luxo Jr., the only one I was able to pull. All right, lads, that's gonna do it for this video. Be sure to RAR XD in the comments below. I can't wait to start deck building to make an awesome deck to take the locals. Thank you guys so much for checking out the content. RAR. You just got RAR'd again! Oh my gosh, shit! How did you let yourself get RAR'd a second time?